those last second things. Hello and welcome. So, if you are new to SnagIt, you may not realize just how wonderful it is, so I'll give you a quick intro, but really what we're here to talk about is how adding assets into the SnagIt Editor tool, which is phenomenal in and of itself, it really could be its own tool, but lucky for us, it comes with SnagIt, really ups your game. It makes it easier and faster to do changes, but evidently it's like this secret because I just found out that like a lot of people don't know that this even exists, so I wanted to let you folks know about it. Let's get this party started, shall we? Hello and welcome. So we're talking about SnagIt today. And most people know SnagIt as an awesome screen capture tool, which it totally is. Like, it is the gold standard in screen capture tools because not only can you do like a full screen or a area of the screen, like it gives you so much other control and so many other options. It's just phenomenal. One of the amazing perks about getting this tool, which is like unbelievably reasonably priced too, it's like I think it's still under $100, is that it also includes an editor. And the editor is really just a graphics tool that you can use to adjust your screen captures, but you can all just start from scratch and create art in it. And it's really quite fully functional. It comes with a bunch of tools by default, but what we're going to talk about today is what has evidently been a big secret that I didn't mean to keep from people. But there's actually asset libraries available for SnagIt and also Camtasia, which we can cover in a different show. So I wanted to let you know that this was out there, kind of show you what's available and how to use it, so that now it won't just be my secret. You'll know about the superpower tools too. So let's get into this. Just to get started, let us bring up SnagIt. Come here. Where are you? There we go. Oops. Helps if you go all the way through and select it. Okay, so SnagIt is a screen capture tool, as I've mentioned. Let me bring this over. This screen is what we want. So SnagIt is this little window here. And I'm moving the wrong thing. Right here. Okay, and so what you do is you start this up, and you can do all kinds of different and varied, advanced screen captures. You can also record video. You can actually also record yourself in a video. So like you could do a pip of you demonstrating something with you on camera and like whatever is on your screen behind it. Like there's so much functionality in this tool. But what most people do is they just come in here and like, let's say they want to do the region and you hit capture, and then you draw the box, and then you get your capture. And this is what we're going to focus on. This is the editor. So after, get that out of the way. After you take your screen capture, it goes ahead and puts it in here, and then you can adjust the size of it. You can move things around, like you can grab this piece here and put it up here. Like it's a fully functional graphical editor that you have available to you, which is all kinds of amazing. And inside of here, like if you go up to this menu, like you've got all these tools and bits and pieces you can use. You can take, shapes and draw. They can be solid, they can be colors. You can change the colors. You have total control over like this is, as I said, a fully functional graphic editor that you get as a bonus just for using this tool. Let's say we'll do this. Let's grab that, and now we've got a square, and then we can change the color of the square. You can add, outlines to it if you want. You can control, how they look. You can change the shape on the fly. You can add a drop shadow if you want. You can change the thickness of the line. So you have total control. This is an amazing tool that does so much for you that it's more than kind of amazing. The other thing that it comes with is what they call stamps, where you can actually go in and, like let's say you wanted to walk somebody through something, you could come up. I'm sorry, not the stamps. You want to go up to the steps, right? And then you get these little markers here, and you can have them with numbers or letters. And so if you wanted somebody to walk through, and let's say you wanted to show them, that you start here, this is the step 1, and this is step 2, and this is step 3. Just by dragging those, you see that the numbers are changing, 1, 2, 3. I had another one that's number 4. So this can be a really quick way to create guides for your employees or your customers. It's also really handy, frankly, when you're doing bug reports for a company because you can like mark things and let them know exactly where you're having the problem. It also, as I did mention, it includes stamps. So if you needed to add images to something, you could come in here, and these are, well, okay, so mine might be a mix because I do have other ones in here. But there's a bunch of just basic ones that are included. And you could come in and you can add these things and you can resize them and you can change, the text. You have all kinds of control over this kind of stuff. And this all comes out of the box. You buy SnagIt, you get these things. That's how this works. The secret that I'm showing you now is the fact that you can add to that. So let me bring that up. And the link, by the way, is in the description. Also, the link for SnagIt is in the description if you're new to this. So let me show you. Oh, come back there. So if you go to, so it's library.techsmith.com SnagIt, or actually, let's make this easier for you. So you could go to the Techsmith website, which is, amazingly enough, techsmith.com, and you go to products, and then under here, you can see that there's assets for SnagIt. Here's SnagIt, and here's the assets. And same for Camtasia. So there's 2 different bundles available of these assets, and then you can just click on that to go in and see all the lovely things, except the cookies, all the different things that are available. So these are what I saw with. These are the stamps, right? So basically it's clip art, but it's really easy clip art because you literally just click and go. All kinds of categories. So starter are free ones that you can download, and they're always adding to this. So there's always something new coming out. Let me bring that up there. Yeah, so the starter is new. The starter is free, so that's all the stuff that is available. And like I said, they do update on a regular basis. And premium are ones that you get if you sign up for the subscription. And the way that you can tell, let me find. So here's these numbers here, right? Whoops. The one in the center there. So that is a new pack and starter. So starter means that it's free. So you could go in if you had, the license, if you had SnagIt, you could come in here and you could, sign in and you could just go ahead and download that. And then if you pay for the full package, then you can get all of these other ones. So let's see. Oh, you do have to sign in. Okay. We won't do that right this second. Okay, so we're going to do this from here because I want to show you how easy it is to work with these. So when you're on the site, I don't know if you can see up. Oh, I have the captions over it. One moment, please. Okay, so you see here, you see the little picture of my first dog, Murphy. Sorry, Bailey. Oh, Bailey, sorry. So right here, this I'm logged in, so I do have a license because I want to show you like everything that you can do here. But like I said, there are free ones. So you just would come in here and you can search, right? So like let's say you're looking for trees for some reason. Right, so it will come in and it will show you all the different things that are flagged as trees across the different groupings. Or you can just come in here and wander through and kind of take a look at the different things and click on them and see what's in there. Now this is one of the things that they've recently done that I absolutely love. So you can totally just come in and download it, and then you can import it into your version of SnagIt, or you can say send to SnagIt. And this will save you that extra step because you can just click on this and it will ask you to verify, and then it will download it and tell you that it's now available. Wow, that went away fast. But that little pop-up was telling me that now this particular library is available inside of my copy of SnagIt, and I'll show you how to access that in a minute. Let's go back. So stamps are one thing. Templates are another part of what you get inside of this asset area. So again, this is just quick ways to start working on things. So let's say, you wanted to do a reference page for your users or your employees. You could come in here and look for a layout that kind of, maps to what it is that you're looking to do. So let's say something like this, right? And you can say send to SnagIt, open SnagIt Editor. And now that will be added into the editor. It should actually be there. Let's go take a look. So it did it. It popped it up here. So I'm inside the editor now. And I don't remember which one I picked, but let's say we're going to create that one. So this gives you a fully functional layout, and then you can come in here. Whoops, let's remove that. We need to be in the text tool. Oh wait, I need to make that go away still. That would be a stamp, which we would delete, and then you go to text, and then you can go in here. Hello, why are you not working? You were just working 2 seconds ago. There we go. So you can click on this, and then you could go ahead and replace it with your text. And then if you had an image, you could go ahead and just drag it in, and it populates it. And so this is saving you so much time, because you're literally just typing and dragging things, and it's good to go, and you can put it in there, and you didn't have to start off from scratch, right? For me, and I'm sure I'm not alone on this, anything I can do to kind of streamline things, move a little bit faster, is good to go. Now, let's say that, you liked all that, and yes, you appreciate the time savings, but you hate this color. Well, you can go in and you can change these colors. It's probably under shape, yeah. So let's say, okay, I didn't like that, or that doesn't match my branding. So I could come in here and I can change that. So you have total control over how this is going to look. It's just giving you a jumping off point, which is a lovely, lovely thing. It's just such a wonderful time saving, and there's so many different options. So let's go back to the options, because there's so much more. So yeah, so there's a bunch of different templates, and you can go through all the templates if you wanted to, or you can go through them by category. You can filter this if you only want to see the free ones. You turn off premium and you'll only see the free ones. If you just want to see the ones that are new, like if you've been coming in and out of here often, what do I have? 2022. So whatever works better for you and your brain, that is the way to go. The other thing that it includes is themes. So the idea behind themes in SnagIt is that all of those controls that we were just looking at, let me bring that back up. Are your quick styles, right? So this is defaulting to like this red, this purple, this green, this yellow, but you can actually have different ones ready to go. Now you can create your own from scratch, right? You can come here and you can create a new one and set the colors and all that kind of stuff. But again, if you can do it faster, then why not? So you could come in here and you could get one of these theme kits and install it, and then that would be available in that drop list, so you could just automatically have these colors ready to go, and every time you come in, you're just able to dive in. You don't have to go in and change your colors every single time, make all those selections. It's really an amazing time saver, and it really, and this is one of the things I love, like this ups your game, right? This comes, everything you create then out of this looks more professional. And keep in mind, like, yes, this is a screen capture tool, and that is absolutely what, I use it for 90% of the time. But you can also just go into the editor and start from scratch and create whatever you need to create. So like if I need to create a quick header for something, or I've created social media posts in here, because you've got the tools, right? You've got colors, you've got shapes, you've got text, right? That's your basic needs out of any kind of a tool like this. But this offers even more, because you can do transparencies and all that kind of stuff. You can actually create animations, and it's not an animating tool. You can create like little movies and animated GIFs. That's really what I mean by animations there. It's a very deep, rich tool that you don't pay anything extra for. So, why not? Why not make use of it? We spend a lot of time looking for other tools when actually we have the tool already installed. So I wanted to show you one other piece in this, and that is photos. So again, there's free, there's paid, there's all kinds of different categories in here, and you can come in and you can use these as a part of your thing. So like, for example, if you wanted to do, let's find something here. Okay, like something like this. Right? So you've got, different quality of it, but you can go ahead and you can bring this in. What the hell, I'm going to bring this in. Let's see, if I'm going to do this, I might as well get good quality, right? Yeah, all right, you know what, that's good. That works. And say open. Here we go. Okay, so you could use this for a social media post, right? You could come in here, you could add text over here. not that color. But see, that's where having the right theme loaded would have helped. And we can take another one and do that again. Because maybe this is all I'm saying. Maybe I'm just welcoming people to my social media. But you get the idea, right? And then I've got control over this. I can move it, right? I can change the size of it if I want to. Go like that. Make it look like an echo that way. I could add other things to it, right? So if I wanted to go into the stamps, or maybe how about let me just do a shape. So maybe I wanted to add a shape here, right? So now I've got this one here, and this is just how I choose to do this, right? And then I could put that behind it like that. So you've got all the pieces you need to do whatever it is that you want to do, just using this tool. But by using the stuff in the asset library, you can do so much more. So as I mentioned, there are free and there are paid. Now, the one caveat I need to tell you here is that if you need to use a paid one, you will have to buy a subscription. So they don't let you buy piecemeal. Like, you can't just buy one piece here, one piece there. Frankly, I don't really see that as a big problem because of everything you get. So if you come in and you buy the asset library, let's see if I do this. Okay. So if you come in and you're a SnagIt user, right? And you come in and you pay for the license, you get all of this, right? You're not buying a stamp library, a template library, a theme library, and a photos library. You pay for the asset library, you get all of these. And you get all of the updates and everything. It is an annual subscription. So just be aware of that. I'm going to double check the pricing. I'm pretty sure it is, well, let me make sure. Don't let me guess. I wonder if I can just get to pricing. Let me look. Oh, well, what the heck? Let's see. I don't even know if I have this email. I'm trying to use a different one because I'm already logged in on this account. All right, let's just sign up real quick. Okay. This is already in use. Hang on, I just want to verify the pricing because that I forgot to double check for you. Let me edit this. Come on, cooperate, because I don't want to mislead you on the pricing. Whatever it is, it's not bad because I could afford it. All right, let's try that. And we're letting me in. Really want to be let in. Come on. There we go. Sure. Okay. So let's switch over here. And lose that. Okay. And, oh, well, see, that's, the captions are never in a good place. I had to find a new option for captions. So if you come up here to buy now, which is in the upper right corner, I'm going to accept and continue. Okay, wow. That's even better than I thought. The assets are $50 for SnagIt. So for $50, you get all of those things that we were just looking at. You get the stamps, you get the templates, you get the themes, and you get the photos. So that's for 1 year. That's a 1-year license. But, at the end of the year, it's not like you can't use those assets anymore. You have those assets to use. You just can't go and get new ones until you renew. So, and that's what this says down here. So, right, it's unlimited downloads once you pay for your sub, and you retain those rights. Whatever you download, you can keep using forever as long as you have SnagIt. There's no per use fee, so you get the whole library. You can use however much you want out of the library, and they do constantly update. I can promise you that because that's one of my favorite things about it. So let's go back. So I kind of showed you real quick, okay, we've got the photos, and they've got a nice, the quality of the photos are nice. There's a nice selection. You can go in and see, different categories. So for, stock photo kind of stuff, it's a nice grouping of stuff. And again, you can search for all this kind of stuff. So you can come up here and search for a category or whatever. But let's go and take a look at the stamps, because those are a lot of fun. Let's look at all stamps, because there's a lot of different kinds of stuff here. So like these, like you could take, they show these here as one page full of things, but you could take all these different ones and start to build out little scenarios, right? Or little, pictures that you can use on your website or on your social media, on your emails to your clients, on, giveaways, like if you have like info sheets that you give out, or if you're creating any kind of PDFs files. So there's a lot of very cool styles, and the trick here is to pick a style that you like and then kind of keep like with like, right? So these things with the little outlines on them and this color pattern would work well with those little people that we just saw. And from that, it can look like you paid money, big money, to a graphic designer to create these things when you're doing it yourself literally in seconds, because you're literally just grabbing different things and going with it. And it's one of those infinite scroll things. When you get to the bottom, you can keep going. These are fun, right? For ads and stuff like that, or anything you're trying to add a little attention to, these can be a lot of fun for. Signs. I mean, really, the way that they have expanded this over time, I have never come in here looking for something and not found it. So, and I'm pretty picky about stuff, so you can pretty much rest assured that you're going to get that kind of stuff. Like the holiday things are awesome. They come in really handy. And this is something else that they update on a pretty regular basis. These kinds of things, I can't tell you like how much time I have wasted in my life trying to do this like kind of wraparound thing on the corner of like a photo or an ad or something. It is so much faster to just come in here and use one of theirs, and they're great. And of course, like I said, you can change the font, you can change the text, you can change the color. You have total control over this. It's just saving you that time. And this whole like ribbons, oh my god, trying to create ribbons, something else I've lost a lot of time on. The download thing, I use it, it's great, but when they added this add to SnagIt thing, again, it's those little time savers that add up in a big way. This is so much easier to just be able to come in here, click on this, and boom, have it, and I'm ready to go. I don't have to go and find the file that I downloaded and import it. Not that that's a huge problem, right? It's not hard to do, but it's more steps, and anything I can do to get me from point A to point B in the quickest way possible, that is the way I want to go. So that's basically just what I wanted to show you. So like you can come in here, like say for the holidays. I'm adding a lot of these. I'm going to have to unload some of them because you don't want to load your system down with every single library, but we're just having fun right now. So let's see. Let me bring up my... Okay. So let's say that I wanted to go and add the holiday stuff. Now it's here because I just downloaded it. So, if this was going to be a holiday themed thing, maybe I'm going to put, a candy here, and you can resize these, right? So you can get whatever size you want. Let's see, maybe I'm going to put a little bow on this one here. Obviously you're going to take more than 40 seconds while you're talking on a live stream. But all of the ones that you add end up in here, so you can just come in and find them and go ahead and rock with them, right? Here's these things. I love these things. These are so awesome. Right, so I put it like that, maybe like that. You mess around with it a little bit until you get the positioning where you want it so that it looks like it's wrapped around it, and boom, there you go. Not only are these fun, but they really, truly can up your game and make things look a little bit better and save you a ton of money. I mean, $50 for all of this stuff is as good a deal or better even than SnagIt itself, which is an amazing deal as it is. So there's all kinds of stuff here. Now, just as an aside, I won't get into that here, but I'm happy to do another show on it. But there are also assets that are video related that you can get if you're a Camtasia user. So keep that in mind as well. It looks like there are some people here who are of the same mind as me. Oh, I broke something. Okay, hang on. That's not right. That's what I get. I've been messing around with my setup. So Brian says Snagit is probably one of my favorite applications. I use the templates a great deal for creating infographics. Perfect example. Perfect example. Yes, you can go in and you can create these kinds of infographics. And that's basically what this was. I just brought in this art from I had from here, and then you can start to add things out. There is an amazing number of things out there, and the other benefit of having a library like this is if you're stuck for an idea, sometimes just going through and looking at the templates will spark the answer for you, right? So you kind of go through real quick and you're like, oh wait, that I can do this with that, and all of a sudden those creative juices start flowing again. You get past that little mental block that we all run into on a regular basis, and just go ahead and run with this, and then you can export it in a bunch of different ways. The tool is amazingly functional and flexible, super flexible. And actually, speaking of that mental block, for those times when you run into that, this is a list I created for myself. It's 130 content ideas because we all run into this, and frankly, I don't have time for that, right? Well, I've got too much going on. I've got too many balls in the air. So I created a list for myself so that when I have those moments of I need to post something, I don't know what to post, I don't even stress over it, right? I opened up this list that I made. I literally closed my eyes, pointed something, and that's my topic, and I go with it. I loaned it to a couple of friends who liked it. They found it helpful, so now it's available to you folks. So you can go to yourtechcoach.net/content ideas, and you can get it's just a PDF file that you can download. It's not tech specific, it's just generic topics that you can use for social media. So please don't stress, right? Between this and the SnagIt Editor and the SnagIt assets, I got you covered. Okay, we have now made those moments of, oh geez, I don't know what to do, go away like that, because it is really just that easy. And it takes a lot of the stress off, right? And who is not looking to drop some stress? I'm ready. I'm all about it. So that is what we're talking about. So again, the links are in the description for Snagit. If you're new to it, go check it out. They do have a free trial. And if you are ready to go and check out the assets, that link is in there too. And as I mentioned, there are free and there are paid. And the paid version, I love these people. The paid version is $50 for the year. So $50 for a massive selection of stamps and templates and themes and photos. I defy you to not be sucked into this. There are things like this and fonts that, I do go into these points where I'm constantly, collecting all these kinds of things because they're fun and they're useful. Right? These are the kinds of things. But I will just caution you to just, be selective. If you start to feel like maybe, Snagit's running a little slow, maybe take a look and see if there are some stamps or themes or whatever you're not using as often that you can unload. You can always go back and get them later. That's the benefit of the download. So you'll always have that file there. So you can remove them from the active application. If it's like the holiday things, right? You only need those during the holiday season. So put those in a folder and then just go ahead and add them back in for the holiday season. And that way you're keeping your software and your system running cleaner. Just a little extra tip for you there. All right, everybody. If anybody has any questions, I'm happy to, if you want to go and see something or find something in particular, now's the time to speak up. But I just wanted to make sure you knew about this because I was... this is where most of my content comes from, right? I'm talking to a client, I'm talking to a friend, and she's like, do you know any good clipboard things and everything? And I know she's a SnagIt user, and I was a little confused at first. So okay, yeah, what are you looking for? What do you, and so we had that conversation, that the usual, in order to get people the right answer, I have to ask a few questions. And I said, are you aware of the SnagIt assets? And she wasn't. And I felt bad because I thought that we had already had that conversation. So I showed her this and she's like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I need. And, for $50, it was a no-brainer. Her boss signed off on it. They didn't even have to talk about it. They're like, $50, you have what you need, go get it. So I wanted to make sure that everybody knows about this because it is a fabulous resource. The price is right. And if you can't afford the $50, there are free options inside of here too, so don't stress over that either. Obviously it's not as many options, but they still add new ones all the time. It's not like because you're not buying, they're not paying attention to you. They do add new free and new paid ones, so always go back, keep an eye on it, check in every once in a while, and take a look for whatever it is you need, whether it's inspiration or if you know what you're looking for. The odds are pretty good you're going to find what you want. And like I pointed out earlier, you can go in and you can edit them, right? So you can adjust colors and fonts and size and all that kind of good stuff. All right. Okay, looks like everybody's good. I'm probably off going to play with the assets now, which is wonderful. Thank you so much for coming. For those of you who don't know, my name is Kathleen. I'm here as your tech coach. I'm here every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I always bring a topic. You are always welcome to come and ask questions and hang out live, or if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and jump into the comments and let me know what you're thinking, if you've tried this, if you have anything you'd like to check out, or if you have a topic you want me to cover. If you need help, you can reach out at yourtechcoach.net. There's a contact form there. If you have a question, I'm more than happy to jump in and try to help you if I can. Just make sure you give me a way to get back in touch with you. Otherwise, all I can do is cover it in a future show, which is not a bad thing, but if you're in a rush, that doesn't always work out. You can also let me know if you have an idea for a show topic. A lot of the best shows that I've done have come from you folks and the questions you ask, so please don't be shy. That's what I'm here for. That's what I do. Technology is my gig. It's my daytime gig. It's my hobby. So I stay on top of this stuff so you don't have to, and I just give you what you need when you need it. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. I do appreciate you, and I hope we will get to see you again soon. Bye.